Cult of the Crybullies. Why people hate the left in quotes. Accurate, technically. By ShoeOnHead. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this as usual. Well, why do people hate the left? Well, that's a very good question. Why do they? Well, for one, the entitlement to not be offended, right? They're acting like they have the right to not be offended, which is very funny, right? For one, they act like they're tolerant. They're the tolerant one, but they're not particularly tolerant, might you say? They also preach anti-racism, yet they're the most racist people on the planet. Not gonna lie. And for some weird reason, they like to push incest. Right? We see incest denims on the title, on the thumbnail. Interesting. Anyways, also please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. The Last Untouched Places on the Planet by Map Pack. You always like to. I need to be careful because you always like to give me videos that are copyrighted. Anyways, we're going in. I'm curious.
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now before you ask, yes, there is an Epstein...
Wait, did she just call herself Ugly Belle Delphine? But honestly, I think Shue is way cuter than Belle Delphine. That doesn't make sense. Also, as far as I'm aware, Shue's not a whore. As far as I'm aware, something's off here. I wouldn't call her that. No, don't do that.
Files video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain.
Wait, Epstein file video? I'm here.
Nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I am taking my time with it. I'm sure you understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Is Jewish. I want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious?
Gentlemen,
Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust?
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget
Diabolical. What? Is it just me, or we're past the political debates a lot? What's the term? Milder? More peaceful? Is that like, would I use that as a term? Milder, more peaceful. You didn't have people crashing out this much, right? We just recently had a case where a politician in our government here in Germany called another politician, a son of a bitch. It's interesting how that, like, culture has changed where, like, they're civil, that's the word. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Civil is the term. They were respectful. Yeah, that's somehow gone. That's somehow gone. That's somehow gone. Or like, just shut the fuck up, right? Straight up in I don't know. It's just like they're not crashing out as much in the past as they do now. That's very interesting to look at. Choose peak. You're not allowed to talk bad like this on yourself. You're not allowed to talk bad about this like this on yourself, probably. Well, we do like a bit of humor towards yourself. I self-deprecation, right? That's fine.
about these satanic billionaire pedophiles running the world, and let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet, to the point where these words
I already got those titles. I'm trying to get on the... Guys, we need to work harder, guys. We need to work harder. I want to be on the vtuber, political alignment list, right? I want to be in the chud category, right? We need to chud more. So we need to log in harder.
Words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen...
It's also like, you have white people without any consequence anymore dropping the N-word online. Like, straight up, hard R. Straight up. Times have changed. People don't care that they're, like, being called racist anymore. That doesn't happen, right? I know plenty of people just drop the hard R. Plenty of VTubers as well who just drop the hard R because they don't give a shit anymore. Understandably so. Now, should you use it? Not really. I don't necessarily agree with the use, but people are doing it because they don't give a shit anymore. That's very interesting to see. And right, Nazi is like, I don't agree with you, so you're a Nazi, right? They're calling Latinos Nazis. They're calling black people Nazis if they don't agree with them, or the house N-word. It doesn't change anything.
We have officially come to the point where not saying anything also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel who are employed, there's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a
My bad. My bad. Yes, I'm unemployed. My bad.
cosplayer and just kind of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her opinion about ice, and this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world where it seems like every single
That would be a reasonable, right, guys? That would be a reasonable, normal thing, right? That would be okay, right? Completely, like, you know, apolitical, say, you know, I don't need to say it. You don't need to listen to streamers to form your political opinion, right? Of course, there are these deranged, mentally ill individuals that, right, who said to this, oh, well, you need to give your opinion. You need to give your political opinion, your political stance, where you stand. So we can make out whether you're a good person or a bad person. Yeah. See, yeah, seems reasonable, right? It's reasonable, right? Like, I'm not gonna give a take, and it makes sense not to give a take, right? Because, like, she's a creator, right? If she gives a take, she's gonna alienate potentially half of her audience. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to say anything. But these people are crazy.
Celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted. This was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane.
Yeah, and people were like, this one's a racist chud. Avoid.
Rational, inoffensive thing to say, right? Wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2 months, don't you? Every day there's like
It's like crazy. This was more controversial than her getting assaulted at TwitchCon, and this was more controversial than her breakup with Miskiff. That's really funny. Because, right, basically, not saying anything was a greater controversy for her than being assaulted or her abusive relationship. Let that sink in. No, do not let this sink in. It might ring your doorbell, but do not let this sink in. There are no R word, F word, all that brain rot. See, the reason why people would use those words, right? People would use retard, right? But chances are, depending on the size of their channel, they get demonetized, right? I'm not getting demonetized for this, not yet, but it might eventually, after a certain size, it might happen, right? The reason people are using certain words is, first of all, people cry about it. Well, not really that much anymore, but also you get demonetized. Like, it makes sense. No, it's not. Never heard of this controversy before this. Yeah. Overall, though, right? Yeah, but just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it's not big, right? At least in the streaming space. But basically, like, not saying anything gets you in more problems than saying something. That's really interesting. That's why what I said recently, just, you know, just say somebody asked, just say your honest political opinion. It doesn't matter. If you are left-leaning, people are gonna seal clap. If you're right-leaning, those people are gonna hate you. And if you don't say anything, they're still gonna hate you. So it doesn't matter. It legit does not matter. In the eyes of those people, if you don't say anything, you are supporting it. Doesn't matter if you actually do or not.
a breaking story of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're usually not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground.
I was too slow. I wanted to say ground news. Well, we're getting ground news here. Well, if you say something big, shouldn't people know about it? About the assault situation that was big, the breakout, sure, that was big. This just isn't. No, she's got more shit for this. You need to realize, she's gotten more shit for this than Miskiff received for the abusive relationship. Legit, nothing happened to the dude. He's still streaming. You need to realize, not saying anything got her more shit than even, like, Twitch received for the assault that happened. This got her on the internet more shit than anything else. Crazy. Her being associated, like, associates with Asmongold and Tectone also gets a lot of shit. It's really interesting.
News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we jump into today's video, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that lets you see how news stories are being covered all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and really make sure you're getting both sides. They really make it fun and easy to compare headlines to see how political bias and media ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, let's take a look at this one about how RFK admits he used to snort cocaine off toilets.
Huh? That's interesting. Is that a real news headline? Something's off here. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. Well, channel 40 years ago, there was no internet. Yeah, but 40 years ago, nobody could just find out where you live, pull up to your house, and just shoot you. That's why people aren't saying things that they want to say. Because getting doxxed is incredibly easy nowadays. Incredibly easy. That's why people aren't saying what they want to say. There's no point in not judging by today's terms. 40 years is over. We live in now. And we have now much more deranged people than we had back then. People are much more deranged now than they were back 40 years ago. People treat politics like a religion. You're forgetting that.
Seats. If you look it up on Ground News, a right-wing headline covers it like this: RFK revealed why he wasn't scared of COVID. It was a legendary answer. And a left-wing outlet covers the same story like this: Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't fear germs, and his reason is really, really gross. Same story, completely different vibes. The Ground News feature I like the most is the blind spot tool. It shows you how news stories have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Hillary Clinton says migration has gone too far. Rare Hillary Clinton W. Suspicious. 37 sources covered it, 91% of those sources were right-wing, and only 4% were left-wing. Interesting. Or this one about how middle-class Americans are selling plasma because of financial pressure. Americans are selling their blood because they're so poor. 71% of the sources that covered this were left-wing, and only 14% were right-wing. I have been using Ground News for like 5 years now, and I am obsessed. It is one of the first apps I open when I wake up in the morning. It really helps me stay informed and help.
You open Ground News to stay informed. I open Twitter just to laugh at people. We're not the same. Twitter's the first app I open in the morning. Because it's funny. It's either that or YouTube Studio. It's one of the two, but oftentimes it's Twitter. I just open Twitter, I scroll a little, I get my daily dose of, like, retardation on Twitter, and then I just move on with my day.
Helps me keep up with the news for my videos. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center recognized Ground News as an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. This comes to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of a cup of coffee nowadays. To get the 40% discount, just go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here.
$5. I remember when a donut kebab was for like it was like $3.50. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Or click the link in the video description down below to subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad as always. Right. And now let's get back to the video. In his video, we are going to talk about the drama surrounding Emiru, the people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious tweets, of course, and then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the crybullies.
The cult of the crybullies. Ah, you're racist. Points out something. You're mean. How could you do that? How could you do that? How could you attack me? Anyways, I'm out of time. Gotta drive to meet family, which I don't think will be a joy, but meh. Have fun, cricket. Take care. It is what it is. It is what it is. Family time. Family. Italian hands. Anyways, insert $5 streamer meme. $5! Why not taking $5 to provide for your entertainment? Entitled bitch.
I'm sorry if I sound even more like a prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop. For you. If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am a political culture war commentator.
I love culture war. It isn't much, but it's my daily bread and butter. Anyways, the thing is with ICE is the core idea is good. I just feel like how do you say it? The way they're doing it is a bit lacking. I think they need a lot more training. I also think they need a lot more, what's the word? They also need a lot more, better coordination. That's just me. That's just me. Right? That one guy, that was not necessary to shoot this guy. That was unnecessary. You already had the weapon, buddy. You already had the weapon. I seriously hate Democrats in the US. They're full of shit. I mean, they are, because they lie. Not that they're that much. Not that the left is that much better in Europe either. They're not. See, the problem is, the good thing is that when they say evil shit, like you know that they're saying evil shit, which is fine, right? That they're saying ridiculous shit. I'm more so scared of, for example, parties that LARP as the good guy, but then like they come to power and then like everything goes to shit, right? We have that here in Germany, right? The CDU. Or the SPD here in Germany. Those like to lie a lot, right? Friedrich Merz. Mr. Barnes of Germany. Those are much more dangerous because they lie to you, right? I prefer an honest enemy.
About political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat. So a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane...
Yeah, it's so crazy, right? So there's apparently a cosplayer for Face Connect, right? The VTuber company, right? And what's interesting is that cosplayer who was essentially repping Face Connect. Basically, she like takes pictures of people having ref merch and harasses people that wear ref merch. It's very interesting. Like, don't? How about don't? How about you don't harass strangers who wear merch of people you don't like? Just block and move on with your life. No, it's not your personal 9/11. Stop. Stupid bullshit. Nevada people voted for Biden in 2020, but in 2024 they switched sides and voted for Trump. Yeah, that's when you alienate everyone so much that they you know what, say, you know what, fuck it. But then again, I don't know if Nevada is a swing state, right? Swing states are those that just like, they occasionally, like, they swing, literally.
rational opinion, so of course like half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that hard to say f ICE. It's really not that hard to say f ICE, to be honest. Is it so hard to just say f ICE? It's really not hard to say f.
Do not fuck the ice. I beg of you. Do not. It's cold. Don't do it. I promise you it's cold. Do not fuck ice. Calm down.
ice. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say ice? How hard is it to just say
Jesus Christ, but say fuck ice. That there's something wrong in this sentence. More fuck ice.
ice? How hard is it to just say ice and move on? Oh my god. Just say ice. It's not hard. This is so
Shoe is too nice. See, Shoe is too nice. I wouldn't censor these names. You made a public post. I'm not. See, she's way too nice. If I was her and I was making these videos, I would straight up leave the names in. I wouldn't censor those with a red bar. You know why? Public post. Everyone can see it. Which means if it's a public post and everyone can see it, you're supposed to look at it, buddy. You're supposed to look at it. That simple. I wouldn't censor shit. And it probably might be hurdy down there if you fuck ice.
hard to just say the line? Say the line! Say it! Jesus Christ, like at this point, even if Emiru did want to like abolish ice, even if she really did think, F ice, she shouldn't say it. Like I wouldn't say it at this point because this is just like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing after you. Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you. F ice, F Donald Trump and everyone in his
I found this guy. I saw this guy. Wait, I saw this tweet.
administration. F Elon Musk, free Palestine.
Yeah, free Palestine from terrorists. Moving on.
US is on stolen land built by stolen people.
So is every single country on the entire planet. Yes, even Africa. Yes, all of Southeast Asia. All of the entire world. Every single place belonged at one point to somebody else. Every single... The ground I stand on here in Germany belonged to a king at one point. Should we give that back to the descendant of that one? Right? Should we? Should we? It's not stolen, it's conquered. It's that simple. It's like funny. You tell that to the US. Right? Right? Everybody's seen like the who's that singer? Billie Eilish, right? Really funny. Nobody's illegal in stolen land. Are you gonna give you back your like $1 billion mansion? Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna do that? Says the European whose continent invaded the entire world. I'd be careful, my dear Muslim. Let's not forget the the sub-Saharan slave trade by the Arabs. Let's not forget that a lot of places didn't have Muslim influence in the Middle East until people conquered it. Let's not mention that you step foot into Europe. Do not tell me this. You are a hypocrite. We should just give every country back to the monkeys. After all, they were the first. Europe doesn't have monkeys. How do we do that with Europe? I guess we're giving it back to the deer and the wolves and the bears. Oh wait, can't say monkey, it's racist. Oh well. Yeah, anybody remember when Leaflet said like calling people monkeys and then she was just dropped by not dropped, but like she was like by a sponsor was told, "Yo, you can't say that word." And then she just avoided it. That was funny. Horrible.
Luigi did nothing wrong, abortion is healthcare, leave trans people the f alone. These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just like copy-pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass, hey, it's super easy. It's crazy like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths. And now he's on here like, Men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The post that really seemed to kick this all off was made by Denims, the self-described largest female.
Please have the clip of Denim saying incest isn't that bad as long as they're consenting adults and they're not having a baby. Please put it in. Please put it. Yes, this woman, not only does she use being Muslim as a shield, right, which is really funny, but also she straight up said, incest ain't that bad. It should be fine. That's kind of funny, considering that what's going on in a lot of countries where you can marry your cousin. Her parents were cousins. Let's not get delusional. Her parents were cousins. Otherwise, I cannot explain how such a sentence comes out of her. Her parents are cousins.
Political streamer. Only because I don't stream Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway, I don't have any like personal beef with denims. This isn't like an own denims.
You know what kind of numbers Shue could pull if she was actually starting to stream? She doesn't, but she could pull diabolical numbers. Like, I could see her up there with like Asmongold and shit. I could see that. I could see that happen.
Video. We used to be kind of cool years ago, but she apparently has some opinions on Emiru, so let's hear her out. Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. First of all, she's not fence-sitting, she's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like, in order to fence-sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is? Second of all, modern Gestapo? Why is everything the f***ing Holocaust? It's totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a
See, they call them Nazis, right? Which is like funny. They call people Nazis that can't. From an ideological standpoint, cannot be Nazis because you must meet an important requirement to be a Nazi. You need to be ethnically German, right? They conflate white supremacists even with Nazi. The Nazis weren't white supremacists. They were specifically ethnic German supremacists that include, for example, people from Denmark, parts of France, Belgium, the Netherlands. Right? Those parts. The Nordic countries, right? This is... They don't even know their own terms anymore because that word is so washed down, it's over.
A while, everything is Nazis, everything is the Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like, what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the...
Would I... Is this should I take this as, like... I feel like this is more so an insult to short people than anything else. I know Napoleon wasn't historically that short, actually. He was actually kind of tall for his time, but still. Still, you know? He would easily top all the left female streamers. Yep, she would easily do that.
Racism part. Like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start...
To be fair, I don't mind, right? I want to be on the Chud VTuber list, right? That one schizo dude just posted, right? Where he, like, politically aligned VTubers, like, lean woke, lean chud, undecided, right? I want to have the red bar, the chud bar. Thank you. How tall was he? He wasn't that, like, he was, like, not that short. I won't be surprised if people compare Hitler to Napoleon to Genghis Khan back in the 20th century, probably. It was like 4'6", right? As far as I'm aware, he wasn't that short. Let me Google. Let me Google how tall this man supposedly was. Hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna figure that out now. How tall is this short, even shorter king? Let me see. Napoleon height. It was approximately 5'2" in French units at the time of his death, which converts to about 5 feet 6 inches. 167 meters. 6'7". This was actually average height for a French male in the early 19th century. So my boy wasn't that short. It was average height. The chut fence sitter, the chut fence sitter.
Talking about cars or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emiru likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing. There are plenty of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most normal people are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their...
The BBC works as well. The BBC works as well. They even shit on the they were even shitting on the French man that was killed recently by violent leftists, calling him a far right activist just to get a kick out.
Political takes completely unprompted. I don't care what Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a fucking baby bird? Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer.
I could answer it. Maybe. 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 Maybe I do. What then? Maybe I do. Maybe when something else from her in my mouth. Anyways, moving on.
Don't answer that. Please don't answer that.
She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say F ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
My cortisol is increasing the moment I see her. Like, can you just go out and fuck your own brother or like a cousin or something? Can you just do that? Thank you. You do us a favor. You do us a favor, honestly. You do us a favor. Just make OnlyFans with your cousin or something. Right? There's a market for it. You are down bad. Yes. Yes, of course. What do you expect? That I'm like, not down bad. It's not been that long ago. I got cheated on. I'm touch starved. Glub Shitter kind of sounds like a religious figurehead for their cult. I believe in the great and holy Glub Shitter.
Actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What? You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content.
Huh? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? She literally was attacked for saying that she would rather talk with a racist than talk them out of being racist. She literally was, quote-unquote, cancelled for saying that she would rather talk somebody who's racist out of being racist. She literally stood there and said, everyone who clips the moment where she defends Hassan Doc Shucker Piker is a PDF. What do you mean she's not political? She's literally friends with Hassan Piker and defends Hassan Piker. And all, like, his other orbiters. And she's also the girlfriend of Jellywig, isn't she? Huh.
Content. And even she's capable of saying F ICE. What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say F ICE.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emiru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emiru?
ICE. Okay, but unironically though, F them. Straight up. Hey, F them. Yeah, it's F them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's F you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we all proud of her? By the way, where are all her friends during all of this? Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention. Now this girl is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing.
They already classified her as evil because she hung around and still does, kind of. Because she's maybe she's still friends, but she was friends with Tectone and Asmongold, which is interesting. Very interesting. Oh, another thing, Cutie Cinderella was attacked for getting help from Asmongold, which, by the way, she should have never said, by the way, because, like, I don't know how stupid you can be, but okay, maybe very stupid, who knows.
I don't even know this woman, and I'm sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it.
If you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing. so I'm just not going to pay for it. You can't say like, well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion on a political topic,
Well, for one, no, people don't have to care because at the end of the day, the game is the same. The game is the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The game is still the same. It doesn't matter. The only reason I care about politics is because these people don't leave us alone. Right? There's nobody that can make somebody more right-wing than a leftist. No right-wing politician. No red pill dude. Nothing. It wasn't those that made me more conservative. It was the leftists. It was people like Denims that did it. Huh.
people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them. Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America especially where like you can just be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics. What?
Many people, most people, do not care that much about politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know, but man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before.
See, I see people on Twitter being retarded. I will call them a retard and move on with my day. That is literally it. That's all I do. Right? That's all I do. That's it. Nothing crazy, right? And then I just go about. I do my stream. We occasionally talk about politics. Occasionally. But nothing too often. The leftist insanity pushed me more right, so yeah, totally agree. Yep.
I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for the average person to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over.
Because we replace politics with religion. I know that's a hot take, but we're treating politics like religion. We literally do. There's literally no difference between somebody who's a religious fanatic and politics nowadays, and somebody who's into politics. Not only that, right? It became people's entire personality. Everything revolves around what other people do politically. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that shouldn't be the case, right? That shouldn't be the case. We replaced Christianity here in the West with politics. It just literally is that.
And spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And unfortunately, the people who are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly, Emiru.
And the funny thing is, you pulled up to the gamers, and you're dragging the gamers into it, and the gamers say "fuck you." Isn't that funny? Right? Look at Highguard, look at Concord, look at that other weird game. It's just like, right? Anybody remember Dustborn? Right? Who was funded by the European Union. Horrible. Funny. When they made it profitable, it became the core. Pretty much. Yep.
Wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care a lot about, like, skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about, like, peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera.
I agree, feminism is doo-doo. To a degree. To a degree. To a degree. That modern shit is definitely doo-doo. Yeah, I want that out of gaming. It doesn't belong. It doesn't belong there. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I'm not like, if you want to put like a message in there, sure, go ahead. But do it in the way where it's not completely out of place or where like it feels wrong, right? There's like so many games who do push a message, but it's a lot more. It's subtle. It's there, but it's very subtle. It's It's like in like the symbolism of the game, but it's like subtle. It doesn't really It's not being being mentioned that much. Right? Funded by EU? Yes. The game Dustborn was funded by EU taxpayers. And of course it failed completely. It was funded by the EU, yes.
Yeah, you like that shit? I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old, please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to anime gooner men. No mind of her own.
That's her audience. That's her audience. That's her buddy, that's her audience. That is her audience. Well, it is men. Fun fact, most people, you're gonna be shocked to know that if people look at their audience, most of them are dudes. Most of them are men. Surprise, surprise. There's not that many women watching streamers, especially not people like Emiru. Yeah, surprise.
I never liked Emiru, so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice. The audacity! If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would have mindlessly just been like, fuck Ice. If Emiru came out and was like, actually, I think Ice is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not! They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion. They are angry that she doesn't have
their opinion. That she doesn't share their opinion, right? In Goonerment. Yeah. But that's the reality. That's the reality. They're mad it's not hers. Though ironically, about 42 of mine are female, according to stats. That's interesting. For me, it's like 20. And for my shorts, it's gonna start being almost exclusively Japanese. It's like 60% Japanese at this point. I don't know how it went to the Japanese, but it's interesting. It's funny.
their opinion. The absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg. So what I'm gathering is that Emiru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty incel Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that.
So first of all, that is projection. That is projection. First things first, you infantilizing her. First thing. You call everyone that is entertained by her, that watches her, a dirty incel Asian fetishizer. Weirdo. Interesting. Interesting. Well, couldn't you just force that back? Because for some odd reason, the left loves to fetishize black people. Interesting that those people are talking. Shorts for me is Russian or German, and I'm English only, which is silly. Well, guess you attracted a German here. The Japanese saw you like Dragon Quested slimes. Probably. You play Nintendo games. Japan loves that, so not surprised on that side at least. Yeah, probably.
But draws the line at saying ice is bad? Emiru and Asmon's audience are the same. Incels love Emiru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely cultivated an audience who, in the end of all things, are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women. What the f is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's f***ing Asian?
Yes. The tolerant left strikes again, being racist. Remember how they called Celeste, right? They called Celestium, right? Like racist and shit, and we're like calling her slurs for Latinos and stuff, right? It's just, it makes sense. It makes sense when I say leftists are more racist than the average right winger. It just makes sense.
Like, I'm trying to find a clip of Emiru saying sucky sucky $5 or something, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Wait, that was pointing out the crazy lady that said $5. Pay me $5. You don't even have $5. Entitlement is crazy. Do I like ice? Yes, it makes drinks stay cold. Yeah, my dog also likes ice.
It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
Also, I'm gonna straight up say it. Most of these chicks, first of all, most of them are white liberal women. Let's just straight up say it. Most of them are white liberal women. And also something. Most of them have an OF link. That's it. Most of them have a sell their butthole for $5.99. No, $4.99 online. Let's be honest.
I don't know where this is coming from. And this woman, the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model.
Yeah. That's the irony. That's the irony. It's bad when she does it, right? But it's not bad when this one does it. Sucky $5 is a movie reference. A movie reference. Okay, well, then I'm too stupid to get it. Yeah, they have no class. At least make it $100. Don't do it at all. Get a job like every regular human being. Stop spreading your legs everywhere. Thank you. Yeah, you can tell I'm very anti-corn. I hate this shit. Needs to go. But don't ban it. People need to wake up and get rid of it themselves.
Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person to be talking about fetishization here? The most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. That's weird. Ah, yes. Because, right, remember how abusive Emiru is? She threw a stuffed animal at him. Definitely traumatizing, multiple fractures, broken ribs, brain damage. Yep.
Being canceled for not saying that. Like, how fucking petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Caseytron.
It reminds me of whenever Amarath started wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these texts.
Yeah. Yo, Ethan Klein, you made a mistake. You made a mistake. There she is. Brain fright, smoking, not knowing what's happening, Caseytron. Okay. Ethan Klein, you should have followed through. You should have bankrupted this bitch. You should have. What do you mean you settled? You should have. You should have absolutely obliterated this chick, smoked her. Ew. It's like funny, right? Caseytron originally was really cool, right? People really liked her, and now nobody likes her. Now nobody likes this chick. Understandably so, but nobody likes her. It's from a parody movie from the Wayne brothers. Guys who wrote Scary Movie 1 and 2. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, us normal people would never, but they want that life, so they should at least have higher standards. Be a classy slut instead. I guess. You know, stuffed animal is a deadly weapon. Toddlers tried to kill me with one. See, toddlers attempted to kill you with a stuffed animal. My little brother threw a metal toy truck at me. A toy tractor. Right, and it hit on my head. The stuffed animal got 5 fractures and 3 broken ribs. That stuffed animal got sewer slide love to this one.
Cis girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats. That's whenever you gotta watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing a cowboy hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back behind the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know that she probably has like weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal to the worst type of men. Because, like,
it's like she's about to pull it, guys. She's about to pull it. It appeals to the male fantasy. Are you sure we wanna pull a ShoeOnHead behind the shed? The worst type of man. The average man. Yay. Wow. God, cowboy hats are racist now. Okay, then Taylor Swift is a major racist. Oh, that's horrible. Assassination attempt. Yep, that was one for me. Horrible.
really misogynistic, shitty incel-like men. They like a woman that doesn't have any opinions. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women. Her whole platform is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men. She's like basically like she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
So this fucking pick-me shit, dude. It's gonna be the
Yo, Ethan Klein, you were retarded to accept settling. You should have obliterated this chick. You should have obliterated this chick. You should have. You should have followed through with the entire lawsuit. God, I hope he does it with denims. Please, please do it. Please, for the love of God, please.
death of me. Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick-me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People could be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick-me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emiru a pick-me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick-me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick-me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans models calling her a pick-me?
Well, the other one is empowerment. That's why, right? It's empowerment to sell your holds for $4.99. That is empowering. That's a psyop. Ladies, this is a psyop. You're getting tricked into doing exactly what the men you hate so much want. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Isn't it? I don't like the way she talks. Yeah, that's probably all the weed. That's probably all the weed that fried her brain, to be fair. That's all the weed.
You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick-me on earth than a fucking porn star. And me. I don't care about being called a pick-me. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm used to it. I've been called it thousands of times. I'm a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women...
Maybe it's the makeup, okay? Maybe I've never seen ShoeOnHead without makeup, but Shoe does not look 35. In comparison, Caseytron looks like mid-40s. That's interesting. It's probably the makeup, but Shoe does not look 35.
are called pick-me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community. Like all these VTuber...
Here we go, mentioned! Here we go. Yeah, fun fact, I'm gonna straight up say it. The VTubing space isn't as left-wing as people want to point it out, most of those people watching VTubers are men. Most people that watch VTubers are men. People watch anime and gaming. Just straight up saying it. Right? All this VTubing is left-wing is cope. It's cope. It's just cope. You're coping. You are coping. It is cope. 35? Yeah, crazy. Also, hi Joe, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. She doesn't look her age even without it. Looks maybe 30 without makeup. Okay. Yeah, she looks like she's in her early 20s. Yeah, crazy. The makeup does something. Works well. See, ShoeOnHead had one experience that somehow changes a woman. She became a mother.
Anime women will be called pick-me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved.
Yeah, that happened to Scoo-chan, right? That happened to her, right? Like when people posted the clip from what was it? Josie the Tiger and the Fish? Was it called that? I'm pretty sure, right? And people like crashing out and calling like that men like right, the romance stuff, right? Because like people only saw the disabled girl and like a potential victim and nothing else, right? And she was called a pick-me. Kitsunero for her pro men posts. Banana Juju as well had the exact same experience. Yeah, absolutely. The ones believing that haven't met those of us without the bot abuse. Correct. It's like, yes, okay, that's what it was called. Yeah. This has happened a lot. Who else has it happened to? I don't think it has happened to Rosie. I could be wrong though, but it has to a couple of others as well. Celeste. It has happened to Celestium, I think, to a degree as well, yeah.
opinion of the week. Whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick-me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason. Every woman is secretly a big, progressive feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
And then in my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining?
Yeah, you know what's far more entertaining? A chick standing there, blowing her brains out with weed, and not even saying a thing, not even know where she is, not even being able to react to another video. You know what's more entertaining? Supporting a dude who gets up from his chair, shocks his dog, and just lets the video run in the background. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure, definitely. Smugalana is another one. Ah, yeah. Smugalana is also. Yeah, Smugalana as well.
Than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes. This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emiru came out with a statement.
Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things, and an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political, it's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is, she didn't have to make it. She was basically—
That's my... I made my post to it as well, right? I straight up said, are people going to realize that apologizing isn't gonna help you in any way, shape, or form? These people still hate you. Today, I made a 40-year-old man with a heart problem run for 1 kilometer because he made me wait for an hour. Huh? Well, that's evil. Well, you're going to hell. There's a special place for your kind, buddy. Okay, so here's the thing, right? She shouldn't have made it. I think she should not have made it at all. Reason being, whether you apologize or not doesn't matter. The people that hate you regardless because you didn't initially do it. Right? That's like the same problem I had with like that shitty Face Connect apology, right? We're like, oh, we don't support racism, bigotry, and stuff. And I'm like, buddy, you have Pipkin Pippa. Put the fries in the bag. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Stop. Stop. Do not apologize. These people hate you regardless. They're not gonna come back. It doesn't matter. Even more so, they don't even watch you. The people that complained about your statement do not watch you. They don't. It's that simple. Your best thing to do is ignore it. They'll cry more and keep promoting your channel with their hate. Yeah, you can see that perfectly with Powder. You can see that perfectly with Powder. Right? Powder has been growing massively because people cannot shut up about her. And I love it. I love to see it. I love it. Hi Bryson, how you doing? Are you doing well? Hello. Did someone say put the fries in the bag? Yes, put the fries in the bag. Jeez. These people are nuts.
Forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emiru made her opinion about ICE?
No. Logical conclusion? No, because they still hate her. She just said it in the first place.
Clear? No. Of course not.
Nazi response. TLDR, go
Nazi response? Huh? Put them down. I'm just like, put them down. You cannot coexist with these people. It's over. No hides the fries. Not my fries! I'm good. Doing good. Nice. That's very good. That's awesome.
yourself and your PR apology. And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb cunt. Girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you. All I hear is, I support Israel and my name is Emiru. Wait, what?
Huh? It is true. It is true. I'm gonna go in there and make it about Israel. I stubbed my toe. I'm gonna blame Israel. Is this Jew derangement syndrome? JDS? Jew derangement syndrome? Oh my god. Everything is the Jews. Everything. Yeah, that's a nice cop-out for failure on your side. It's funny how the people calling others Nazis use the Nazi tactics and symbols to vandalize property like Nazis did. Yeah, shocking, I know.
Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinion.
I'm just like, why censor these people? Like, put their name out there, put their retardation on display. What are we doing?
Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage Nazi-loving cunt. You got orange around your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so fucking ignorant, this dumb cunt needs to shut her fucking mouth. Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on her since day one and knew something.
Guys, international mental asylums. International mental asylums. I'm going even further. Put these people on Sentinel Island one by one, so the Sentinel Island people can eat them. Jews involvement derangement syndrome, yeah. What are we doing? Put them away. Just put them away. Lock them up. You cannot coexist with these people. You can't. Lock all of them up, every single one of them, without parole. That's horrible.
Something was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin.
Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration? They're like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day and I was like, oh my god, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
Of course are incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old.
Ah yes, incels. Known for defending women on—
Yeah. Known for defending women. Ah yes, the insults. See, here's the thing, okay? At one point it's she's only 22, you sick freak. At another point is, oh, she's 22, she can defend herself. Right? Emiru's not 22, but like, you get the idea. It's like, woman does something. Something happens to woman. Oh, she's a woman. She's just a girl. Woman does something that's bad. Oh, she's a grown adult. What? What's going on? We can't do that. We'll be poisoning them. Yeah, they become blue-haired feminists. Asylums, nah. Put them on the chair. I feel bad for the chair. That's gonna be overtime. A lot of overtime. When I am definitely getting cancelled for being German. Straight up. By the way, my newest song is my current favorite. It's basketball themed. I got inspired from watching insane stuff on TikTok. Oh no. Oh no, you poor guy. You poor guy. I love TikTok slop. I love it.
Online. What? What the f does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it just mean man?
Men. At this point, it's just man. It was man that I disagree with. At this point, it's just man. Every man is an incel. Every single one. Yes, even the ones that have sex do it. Are. Yeah. Even those. Even the feminist men. Man. Spoiler alert, there's not a single feminist man out there. They're just LARPing so they can get puss. That's all there is to it. You're not a feminist. You just want some coochie. At least be honest about it.
No, it just means man. Man I do not like.
I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emiru low-key a femcel?
Femcel! Emiru!
How? How? Ah, yes! The peak, like, cute 28-year-old girl in a relationship previously, by the way, is a femcel. Yeah, it's over. It's over. Finally, we're gonna enter the era of femcel, woman I don't agree with. It's time. Finally, I've been waiting for this. How? How do you get to that conclusion? How is that possible? Incel is now used for any man you disagree with. Nah, it's just man. At this point, like replace it. There's two genders, woman and incel. Problem solved.
Emiru's a femcel. Oh my Do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions?
I mean, have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to do something about these male-centered women.
Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating.
Yes. Nothing is more male-centered than bashing men the entire time, right? A lot of the misandry that happens is on TikTok, right? A lot of that is happening, right? On TikTok. And it's like, we need to decenter men. Your content about decentering men is about men still. Do you not get that? Like, oh, we can't center men anymore. We need to stop talking about men. Yeah. While making videos, talk about men. Huh. Funny. A lot of these people just have like 4 to-go React responses. Like a Pokemon, incel, misogynist, bigot, small sausage. It's actually disturbingly predictable. Yeah, they're kind of boring with insults, right? They're really boring, right? The left can't make up good like insults. The right is really good at it.
Men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God. Go to therapy. Do literally anything else than make it our problem.
Fuck her, and especially fuck her bestie Asmongold.
Oh, she's just wishing for her to get killed. That person is just wishing for her to get killed. Wow. I am actually not surprised. Honestly, that's not surprising. That's really not surprising. That's not surprising at all, actually.
I hope they get kirked. 30-year-old woman too scared to say fuck ice to keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person. Next time—
I thought abusing women was bad. I thought abusing women abuse is bad. I thought you were so much pro-woman, right? And talking about abuse. I guess it's not abuse if it happens to the right person. Now I think about it. Making a move pool of buzzwords would be a hilarious YouTube video. Give them attack and power and effects. A lot of those would just cause confusion, though.
This cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. Fuck her and fuck ice and fuck you if you support this cunt. Emiru deserved what Miskiff did to her. Fuck Emiru for supporting ice. I genuinely hope this bitch gets oh, okay. I reported that one. Holy shit. What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes it okay for me to say f***ed up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is f***ed up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, Chud. Look it up.
Nazis deserve death, and silence is compliance.
In other words, you deserve death. In other words, you deserve death. Someone in the background screaming, ignore that. That's normal.
May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What?
After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emiru decided to follow right-wing grifter ShoeOnHead.
That word has no meaning, by the way. That word has no meaning. At all. Notice how the people who claim to be the side of love can quickly flip and call for deletion or assault. Yes, yeah. Because when they do it, it's totally fine and okay and acceptable, right? I mean, they're the good guys, right? Fun fact: if you do what you criticize the bad guys for, you're not the good guy. You are just as bad. Spoiler alert: you don't keep the moral high ground. You can only criticize these things if you don't do them. This is like a thief complaining about others stealing. Funny.
Of course, Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fanbase.
For the record, my fan base is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when—
Did you just say 80% gooner? Is my brain that fried?
I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last video. Yes, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just
Yeah, she doesn't mind that we react to her videos. That's the best part. She doesn't mind that we react to her videos. Well, she's a true commie mommy. 20% gooner, 20. I've understood 80%.
just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emiru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the crybully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion. And when you are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of—
That's the problem though. They try to appeal to your empathy while having no empathy themselves. By the way, in the current state of American politics, representation, it's really horrible on both sides. I feel like that goes for, at this point, most countries. I feel like that goes for most countries. Like, for example, here it's not better. Like, you have like the, you can like choose between like trash or garbage, horse shit or dog shit. It doesn't matter. The Republican side of representatives are full of racism. Like, they have Tourette's. They can't go like 5 minutes without saying something out of touch and racially biased. Interesting. The other side is also just racist. It's like one is like, see, the problem is, however, what I prefer for most of the right though is that they're at least honest about it. The left isn't. The left lies. That's like the different, right? The Democratic side is more like a little more sneaky. I like honest assholes, and not like lying assholes. That's the problem. I prefer honest assholes. At this point, it's like, just pick what suits you better, and that's it. Like, just vote for what suits best for you, and that's about it. That's like the only other thing. That's like the only smart thing you can do. Really, just vote what makes you the happiest.
Mine. It is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work. This shit works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, you know, now—
Yes, it works. Kirsche once said, right? Women are useful idiots. And I have to unfortunately agree. Women are useful idiots when it comes to politics, because appeal to emotion, appeal to empathy works really well. That's why we have all these crazy fuckers here in my country. And Europe overall. Poke, you're the most honest asshole I know. Just kidding. I know that you didn't, but thank you. I appreciate it. My honest asshole, Poke. You're just an asshole. Anyways, the left treats minorities like ignorant ogres and that need guidance. Like, more like, right? Like, really like children who can't make decisions for themselves, right? It's more like, I'm gonna tell you that you're oppressed. Whether you actually are or not, doesn't matter. But they will treat you, they will, white savior complex, they will tell you, you are oppressed. And I don't think that's the way. Because the only thing it does really is that it takes away the blame for some of these communities. Right? Nobody's gonna come to save you. They just keep you, it's just to keep you down, realistically. Because they don't want you, right? They're gonna lose you as like loyal voters.
Now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are like autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the—
Yeah, they are apparently also immune to getting on that damn island. Always remember, Elon Musk was saved by his own autism.
crybully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw like a shit ton of people who were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just gonna make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are. So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right?
Schizo. Take your meds. Take them. Take all of the meds. You need them all. At this point, just like overdose on schizo meds. Right? Is the Nazi in the room with us right now? Is it? Is it? Is it? It's like funny. Is it? It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Take your meds, schizo. 867, it's the worst meme right next to Skibbity Toilet. Yeah. I still kind of don't understand what it actually means.
Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold, so it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent explanation, but the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere. Okay, now what about your best friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon or I'm not taking this seriously. You're friends with Assmold. Assmold?
Assmold. Well, to be fair, looking how his room formerly looked, there might be some ass mold in there, actually. Perhaps.
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with Asmongold.
Now, whatever you think of Asmongold, he is friends with Emiru. They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what
Yes, that's exactly what they want. Yes! You're right. Yes, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they want. No, they just want you completely disassociated with everyone they disagree with. They cannot comprehend the idea of being friends with people that you disagree with. Their entire bubble just throws out the same words over and over again. If you fall out of that, you are evil. Right? You have especially seen that for Ethan Klein, right? Ethan Klein agrees with like a lot of the stuff that Hassan Piker says, except one stuff, a few things. That's about Israel. Everything else, he's actually in a similar position. That's really interesting. That's really, really, really interesting, right? You can just disagree on one point, and it's Jover. It's funny.
Want you to do. Yes. Around 2018, I was facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like non-stop. Now, this person was a good friend of mine, but in order to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee.
Yeah, she had a very much, when you look at like back at her videos, The term "commie mommy" might have not been actually that wrong at first. It might have not been that wrong. Yeah, she has a little bit of a woke past, right? But also I also know a few people that have like a more very much conservative past and then became like politically brain rotted. But yeah.
To a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real, and the same thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emiru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did. It was a huge mistake and it is not worth it.
Mute. Make a post. Mute. Close DMs. Problem solved. Ban everyone that comes into stream being a bitch. Problem solved. Literally problem solved. It really is that simple. It really is that simple. Mute. Move on. What are they gonna do? Email you? Mute as well.
Because you are going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually wronged someone. But you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun.
There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
There is nothing you can ever do to please these people, so why bother? They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave. And I know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a ShoeOnHead video.
Well, it still works. So there's that. It still works. Cancel culture still works because these companies are genuinely retarded, right? Advanced GG both drop both Ref and Straub. They're essentially their cash cows. And later they were begging for like people to come back. Isn't that funny? That's funny. And then makeshift, something like that. The company that collabed with or the company that worked basically worked with Celestium, right? They also dropped her because of her beliefs, right? So yeah, it still absolutely exists and it's still happening. And these companies since then just get their ass beat, which is really funny. I enjoy that. Yeah, I think like I'm gonna straight up say this: if like right-wing creators want to have like merch and stuff, I think it's time to make your own shit. I think it's time that we have our own shit, own artists, own companies, own like plush companies, whatever, right? Our own shit. I think that would work a lot better. And these would succeed very well, right? Like the T-Man on Twitter. I like the T-Man. He makes good tea.
But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left. And more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because Woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse? Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-
Nux mentioned. What's next? You. Buttered up. Tasty.
people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a majority. Like I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect the working class. You know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after.
Apparently it's funny. So in New York City, right? That this Mamdani took over, right? And he now wants to right? He was like tax the rich left. And now they're taxing the middle class. It is funny. It is funny. And like Democrats are like, "Are you retarded?" It's like crazy. It's like really funny how that happens. Fun fact. Here's a little known fun fact. Apparently over 10,000 millionaires left the UK since the Brexit. The more you know. They're actually really fucked financially. Like, we're broke here in Germany and we still have more money than the average UK person. Isn't that funny? Huh.
E-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please? Thank you. In conclusion,
And their feces.
Emiru did nothing wrong. People are tired of having politics shoved down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is.
The ice bucket challenge, a dog whistle for supporting ice. Anyways, also, if I like, right? I think you've seen the trend. Maybe you've not seen the trend, right? On TikTok, where like they're putting up purple profile pictures, be pro woman, because yeah, that definitely helps any woman in need. Oh, they're gonna definitely appreciate me having a purple profile. Yeah, for sure.
Happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to ShoeOnHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video.
I'm being attacked here. I'm being attacked. I am being attacked. And I kind of like it.
So if you liked my yapping, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to my Patreon down below. It really helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!
All right, that was that. That was that. In conclusion, yeah, we need to ban liberal Karens. That's the conclusion I'm having. And OnlyFans girls. Maybe just all women. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.